Senior actor? You have not behaved like this at all in this film.
You have also not behaved like a senior actor in this film.
Hey, इधर आ. कितनी बार बोल चुके हो तुझे? This girl and this guy have, you know, I think they like each other, and I think there's something happening because the natural chemistry is there.
And sometimes something is happening.
Sometimes, most of the times, I wouldn't know. I mean, you tell me.
Have you used like SRK dialogues on some girls?
No.
Pyar dosti hai types?
No, not at all, not at all. That one-liner dropping thing is not my scene.
This is my question.
Did you just hear that? This is my question.
Hi guys, this is Himesh and welcome to Pinkvilla. Today we have with us Kriti, Sanon and Shahid Kapoor all gearing up for the release of Teri Baton Mein Aisa Uljha, Jiya. Welcome to rom-com firstly. What took you so long to come?
Welcome to rom-com.
Yeah, this genre.
Oh,
yeah, rom-com genre. Yeah.
I thought you've changed your name of
No.
to rom-com.
Okay. I meant the genre.
Okay, yeah. I mean, we are calling it a family entertainer.
Yeah.
But it is a love story and it has romance and comedy. But I would say it's more of a com-rom. You know what I mean? Like.
Jo ye bole.
It's like a.
He's my admin. I will agree to everything he said.
This lasts only during the interviews. The minute it cuts, it's a different scene altogether, guys. It's a different vibe. Hey, इधर आ. कितनी बार बोल चुके हो तुझे?
It's got everything basically. It has romance, it has comedy, it has drama, it has family.
But why did you make drama and family louder than romance and comedy? Like you said, like
slowly
romance,
pitch it
comedy,
up.
it has drama, family.
Like
what happened to you suddenly?
Because the drama and family is like that.
Electrocute हो गई.
उसको question पूछे थे.
Sorry, Himesh.
नहीं. How did the two of you react to the title? When was the first time when Dino or the directors came to you and say we are planning to call it Teri Baton Mein Aisa Uljha Jiya? It's after a long time that we have such a long title.
Maybe we were the ones who suggested it to them and they got stuck with it. You never know. I think we lost count of who brought what to whom. It's a team film. We all did everything together.
No, but actually we had
we all support each other and it's nobody's fault.
We had this song, which is, I think, an amazing song.
Which is out
heard it after
now.
It's been
I don't know when you're telecasting, but it's like out.
Yeah. So we had that
Teri
song
Baton
and
Mein
it kind
Uljha
of
Jiya.
like I've heard that song after a while. So I was like, oh, you know, I remember this song.
Yeah.
And it kind of also goes with the film.
You have a good memory.
Yeah. It kind of goes with the film.
Kind of, no. I think it's like completely goes.
Say
like
why?
if you sell something, sell it hard.
So sell it hard.
Because tung dung is the mood of this film.
आपने क्या खाया ऐसा?
Tung dung is the vibe of this film.
We try and switch each other off sometimes, but it doesn't work.
It doesn't work sometimes.
It doesn't work in real life.
Yeah.
The last time I tried to do it, she hit me like I was a mosquito. Sorry,
No,
Teri.
guys, I've never hit him, please.
You never hit me? What a liar.
No, you're a senior actor. I can't do that.
Senior
I have a lot of
actor?
respect.
You have not behaved like this at all in this film.
You have also not
Shahid.
behaved like a senior actor in this film.
But if I behaved like a senior actor, you would say like, I don't want to be, like, I can't vibe, like all that would happen, right? So I was just like...
He's not behaved like a senior actor at all in the film, but I loved that because the first day I went on set, he had this like boombox with like Punjabi music playing and I was like, wow, I like the energy.
Because I was coming from some heavy stuff, you know, where I was playing some intense characters and this was just like nice and chill.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so,
actually glad that we did a chilled film
I think so.
together.
Otherwise, I think we would have driven each other crazy.
Not each other. You would have driven me crazy.
Why would I drive you crazy?
Because I don't get intense in an intense film.
You don't?
No, not in life.
Oh.
Yeah.
You get intense in light films.
No, I get intense only in the scene. But after cut, I'm not so intense as a person.
And you would know how I am because you worked with me on an
Because
intense
you've told
film?
me.
Okay, fine.
You get intense in life as well when you're doing an intense film?
What do you mean? Like when I'm doing an intense film, I'm on set?
Like,
No,
when
off screen.
No, I'm like, like, you know, switch on, switch off.
Yeah.
You're not switch on, switch off at all.
Look at me, guys. You remember me before the interview? I was like, and the minute you guys say action, it's a love story, it's a light film, let's promote it. Let's be funny. We're so funny.
You are today on a different
Planet, I told you. I'm always going with the vibe.
Yeah.
It's Sifra effect.
Sifra? Why is Sifra with a R and not a Ra?
Sifra effect.
Sifra?
I said Sifra.
Sifra?
अभी आप सिफरा कर रहे हो उसको तो I don't know.
ठीक है.
ठीक है, moving on.
Inside joke.
You are playing a Robo. I think first time you are playing a Robo. How did you react when you heard the script? And I think it comes at a certain moment where you realize that you are a robot. How did you react
First
to
time
this?
you're playing a robot.
This is my question.
Did you just hear that? This is my question.
Because I can't even
Okay,
hear the
okay,
question.
fine. Okay, let him announce. Let him announce कि ये सवाल है कृति सैनन के लिए. This is the first time playing a robot. How did it feel?
No, that's
I mean,
not
you're
the
not
question.
supposed to
See,
feel.
you're not letting him say the question.
I love it. First time Image was like, hello, that's not my question. Okay, sorry. What's your
No,
question?
the question was, how did you react when you were hearing the script?
Yeah.
And I think it comes at a certain juncture where
The reveal happens.
Yeah, the reveal happens. So how did you react when you got to know about?
So when I was hearing the script, I was just hearing it like just a light film. I didn't know what was going to happen. And I was like, nice, you know, the chemistry is great, sweet love story and all. And something like this happened. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So his reaction in the trailer, which was like, so that was my reaction. But then it's written really well. It's really funny in a lot of places. So I remember just not expecting anything and just laughing a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I was really laughing a lot. Towards the end, I was in splits and I was like, I just called Dinu like almost laughing and I'm like, listen, this is really
What is
funny. I'm
almost
doing
laughing?
it. Like still in the middle of laughing, catching my breath. Exactly like that. Exactly.
Almost laughing.
Yeah, but I just found it really funny. I found the conflict so new because I feel like now in films like there are hardly love stories don't have conflicts.
Yeah.
So love stories also in general have become a little frivolous. You know, we don't know like where to go. There are no gundas. There are no like, we've done everything.
Yeah.
So this was fresh. It was, and I had not worked with him before. I always wanted to. There was once almost a time when we were very close to working together and then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this is a perfect film to kind of get that opportunity.
For you, it was a break from the intense pace. Is it something that you were looking for, or it just came your way?
I don't look because I feel like when you're trying to look for something, you end up doing something just because you want to do something like that, and then how good it actually is kind of somewhere gets lost in that process because you're like driven with your predisposition. So I keep it very open and organic, and I allow the filmmaker and the creators to come and pitch something to me, which then I want to be a part of.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I was a part of this journey pretty early and it was still being developed at that stage.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of part of some stages of development towards the end because, you know, when you make films like this, a certain amount of personalization is required to, you know, fit the actor into it also. So, you know, a certain amount of personalization happens because the roles are not very specific in terms of characterization. It's more a persona, and then there is a certain amount of character, but that character can be made natural for the person who's doing it. So a little bit of that happened. Her character was quite defined. She had to figure out how to do it. But mine was a little more open because I'm normal. I'm a guy. I'm a regular guy. So it's more chilled out. I can have fun with it, you know. And so, yeah.
And how was it when you were shooting for all those dance numbers? What was the vibe on the set between the two of you? I think
competitive.
I was very nervous. I'll be very honest.
We were
I
competitive.
was very nervous because I
Kriti
think...
was like, just ye karke dikha tu. You know, Thumka is the best.
Yeah.
It is. You're very good with it.
Tumkeshwari.
Yeah, exactly.
But I was very nervous, I think for the first time dancing with anyone because I've seen how good a dancer he is and I've been following his work since Ishq Vishk and I think you killed it every time you danced. Whether it's like Gandhi Baat or whether it's like Sadi Ke Falsa, which is like my favorite.
Yeah.
And I knew he's better than the background dancers, you know, when he's dancing. And I was like, oh my God, he's really sharp with like every step.
Yeah.
And he catches it like really fast on
no
set.
time.
If you change everything and all, he catches it really fast. So I was quite nervous to kind of match steps with Shahid Kapoor.
But
I had fun.
We had so much fun.
I had a lot of fun.
And she's also like a really good dancer and she was also going for it. And that was what allowed us to, you know, go with slightly like hectic stuff, especially in Lal Pili Aakhiyan. It's hectic. Like the
and
dancing
then
is on.
one shot, like
yeah,
long
exactly.
shots.
And if you see, there are some very long shots. There's like a 1 minute shot, which is that na 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 mein galiyan ji. That shot, it just goes on. You know, and there's one more shot which is a very long shot. So we've done some really long extended shots and she was on for it. She was excited to do it. She came on set saying, I want to do a fun song. So I think we had a lot of fun and more than anything else, I think like me and her have natural chemistry and that it just comes
On the screen.
without even though right now you might feel differently, but like we have amazing
I
chemistry.
think all he's got from this interview is chemistry.
Chemistry,
I think we've spoken
So
that he really got.
But that's what matters,
Yeah,
right? So we're
yeah.
selling chemistry because
Yeah.
nobody cares about our
True.
answers, but all they're interested in our chemistry, and like we have that. So just go watch the film.
But we have a little bit of a crack chemistry off
Ni-
screen,
9th
and we
Feb.
have a little bit of a hot chemistry on screen.
9
So that's
February
the difference.
2024.
Did you even hear what I said?
Yeah, you said you have some cracked chemistry
Off screen?
off screen, and then some really like
Hot chemistry.
hot chemistry on screen. Yeah,
That was actually my next question.
yeah.
So my next question was, how important is chemistry off screen when you are doing a film which is a family entertainer with so much of romance in the background?
So I feel that mostly when love stories are made, and this was before I was married and now I'm married and therefore it changes, is that people used to try and create this whole thing, you know, this girl and this guy have, you know, I think they like each other and I think there's something happening because the natural chemistry is there.
And sometimes
And
something is happening.
Sometimes, most of the times, I wouldn't know. I mean, you tell me.
I
I'm
wouldn't know,
married now,
meaning
so,
you've
you know,
done more
you're
number of
still single,
films.
you know,
I've
so I'll take your word
hardly
for
done
it that, you know, sometimes
romantic
something's happening.
comedies.
Kriti?
Sometimes, maybe.
Sometimes, maybe. Ambiguous answers. So, तू बोल ना.
नहीं,
मैं तो
continue.
मैं
I'm
बहुत बोल
listening.
रहा हूँ
I'm a
अभी, तू
listener.
बोल. नहीं, तू बोल.
I'm
मैं
a
बहुत
listener.
बोल रहा हूँ. मुझे ऐसा फील हो रहा है कि अब
But what I think what you're trying to say is that
says
it's
that
not like
chemistry
that.
it's not always like that, you know, like I think we just hit it off and it was natural and it came across on screen very naturally and nobody tried to sell it like that. But it's happening after people have seen the trailer that people are saying, oh, did you guys get along personally, which is actually a true reflection as opposed to when you try and market something and say, oh, you know what, even before the trailer comes out, because you want the people to have that predisposition that हाँ ये तो होने वाला है. But I think with us, it's come through the songs and through the trailers, and now people are asking us this question, so I love that.
I also feel like, I mean, we were somehow like comfortable with each other in general.
Yeah.
So I don't think there was a. Also, I think he's a really good actor. You know, you get to. I was not getting to play off as much as I would have wanted to because I'm playing a robot, and I was like tied down. I'm like, इतना ही कर सकते हैं, इतना नहीं कर सकते. I wanted to as
expressive, maybe.
be as expressive.
Be more expressive,
I
yeah.
couldn't obviously because of the character, but I just feel like when you have a great actor on screen, like, you know, to feed off from, it's just chemistry is not that difficult to achieve. What kind of chemistry you achieve kind of sometimes depends on the two people, you know, who are coming together. I feel chemistry is more here. It can also be two different people away from each other in different frames, how it's written, how it's shown. But yeah, we kind of, there was never any ice to break. I'd never even met him properly before. I think we'd only bumped into each other like at a what function.
But
He
you were always
hardly
very
comes
warm.
for
She was
parties.
very warm always. I remember once, I don't know, just
I
you
came
being
and I
warm.
hugged
Yeah,
you, I
I remembered that.
Yeah.
Like that stayed with me, so that kind of, you know, it was that warm feeling was already there.
Yeah.
Nice. And do you believe that in today's time, it is easier to get an action film but not a family entertainer or a love story? And why do
As
you
an
feel,
audience or as an actor?
as an actor, because you must be reading so many scripts must be offered to both of you. Is it easier to get an action film as compared to a family genre, and why is it happening according to the two?
That's a very specific question, especially as, I don't know how much for a heroine, but definitely for a hero, because I think heroines jump genres more often because they also do more films than actors do. Actors end up doing probably 1 or 2 films a year. Heroines can do 3 to 4 films a year. So by default, they are jumping genres. But for an actor, I think you need to get to a place where people offer you more than one genre. Because a lot of the times, people only offer you one genre because that's where you've proved yourself and they feel that's the safe zone for them to come and invest in you. The first 10 years of my career was pretty much breaking that. Whether it's a hit or a flop, I wanted to break the boundaries that I could see were being created around me. Because I think if you engage with people's need to put you in a box, and if you kind of use that thinking that, oh, right now people are seeing me like this, so let me just give them what they want, you're in the long term building a huge wall for yourself, which you're going to bang your head against when people either get bored of you in that genre or that genre dies out. And therefore, if you see the most successful actors in the last 30-35 years, all do at least 2 to 3 genres. They jump genres because they know that the same thing gets repetitive and boring after a time. So I always look forward to breaking genre, and today I think I get offered all types of films. So I wouldn't say that this doesn't come my way and action comes my way. I mean, all kinds of things come my way. Having said that, I think our writing needs to improve, and there is very little stuff that is being written well in the world of love stories or com-roms, rom-coms, whatever you want to call it. Basically,
Or
girl,
even like
boy.
passionate love stories. I feel like I've been trying to find one. It's not.
The pure.
People are not really writing.
She has a lot of
much.
passion to give and nobody's taken it.
I have a
in
lot
the
of
sense
love
that she wants to
yeah.
give that passion into a movie and we're not being able to write stuff good. You should write.
How can I write? I'm
Because
not
you
a writer.
have the passion inside you.
But I'm not a writer.
Something will come out.
That way you should write.
You will evolve.
You're a good writer. You write some
How do you
amazing
think I'm a
stuff.
good writer?
Because I've heard some stuff that you wrote,
I'm
which
acting
you told
karo ke
me
likhu.
recently.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah. No, but I also feel what he's saying, like there are sometimes flavors of the season.
Yeah.
Like action goes on, like everyone's doing action, so suddenly there's so many action films. They're
Yeah.
doing well also and all. But I feel that at some point people will get bored and would want something different. I think this also apparently happened in the 90s at a point where there was only action, action, and suddenly romance came and there was only romance.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for that romance to come and start.
No, we're bringing it with this film.
Yeah.
Yes. And that too in the season of love. Valentine's Day
Valentine's
is the period.
week.
So
Yeah.
And my next question to you is, who are the actors or which are the films which influenced you in your growing up years when it comes to the romantic space?
Well, lots of them.
I mean, I've been like a
All of them.
DDLJ,
Yeah,
Hum
DDLJ,
Aapke Kaun
Hum
girl.
Aapke Kaun,
Yeah.
Qyamat
To
se
Pagal
Qyamat
Hai.
Tak, yeah, Kuch Kuch Hota Hai more than for me than Dil To
I also
Pagal Hai.
love Dil To Pagal.
Dil To Pagal Hai. And so many. Hum Tum was really nice.
Maine Pyar
film.
Kiya, yeah.
Maine Pyar Kiya.
Lots of them.
Lots of them. Any memories you have with any specific memories in your mind with any of the romantic films that?
See, again, DDLJ and Hum Aapke Kaun, which I mentioned first, are more of family entertainers. They're not really, you won't just say romantic films because it
It's
involves...
not a rom-com. That's why I
it's a
don't want to
family.
call this film a rom-com
Yeah.
because a lot of this film has a lot of family involved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like Hum Aapke Kaun was actually my first film in the theatre as a kid. And I've seen that film like, I don't know how many times. And I think my dad and I always, whenever it was coming on the TV and all, DDLJ or Hum Aapke Kaun, we would like switch it on. My mom would be like, how many times you guys are mouthing the dialogues?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
an evergreen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
There's no-
evergreen.
yeah.
I can watch it like anytime.
And Shahid, for you?
Why are you looking at me like
Listening to what you say. When I'm listening sincerely, I have a problem. When I'm not listening and talking like kitna baat kar raha hai, what do you want? Tell me. Just like write it down on a paper. I will follow your instructions.
No,
I'll
I'm
be
the
your
robot, it's
Sifra for the
fine.
day.
It's fine, it's fine.
I'm giving you an offer. Take it. It's a good one.
Noted.
So, what do you want me to say?
No, let's answer it.
Memories?
Yeah.
I don't have any
Memories.
specific memories attached to these films. I don't have any yade specifically. My memory is also not that good. I forget things.
Have you
quite-
used like SRK dialogues on some girls?
No.
Pyar
I
dosti
was
hai types?
No, not at all, not at all. The one-liner dropping thing is not my scene.
Yeah.
I think it's
Good.
a movie thing, and I don't know how much it works in real life because in movies it gets written, and then you discuss how you want to do it, and how aggressive is good and how aggressive is not good, and all that, right? So you get it just right. But in real life, people usually get it wrong, and I'm not one of those anyways. I can't walk up to a girl and throw a line. I mean, that's not my scene, and it never was.
So what do you do?
I just think it should be natural, like, it happens when it has to happen, and people feel that if you like somebody, and it should be organic. I mean, you shouldn't come like, abhi main line
maro
फेंक रहा
line.
हूँ. हाँ, वो नहीं, वो vibe नहीं है. It's not my thing.
Yeah. Go with the flow.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And last couple of questions. When we talk of romance, there are so many actors who have had a legacy in romantic roles. Is there any actor who you think is underrated when it comes to romantic films? He has done a lot of romantic films, but thoda underrated hai. Or family entertainers romantic. I mean, I'm using both of them because every family film has a strong love story in it.
I think everybody who's
Yeah.
really been loved in love stories has been loved in love stories.
Yeah.
Like, I felt the love in so many love stories. That
I would want to see him more in love stories. I can just say that.
Everyone wants to see you more in love stories, I think.
Great.
I feel like
let's-
you have like some intensity in your eyes, and at the same time, I feel like you can be really soft as well. So I feel you should do more.
दे दे.
मुझे भी दे दे.
We actually want to do a love story together.
Yeah.
She said that first, and like, so we both keep asking each other if we found something. It's difficult to find fresh content in this genre,
Yeah.
So that's the biggest issue. You don't want to like spoil your track record and do
Yeah.
some rubbish. So I felt this actually had that, and I think more than what was on paper, I think we were able to bring some nice, I don't know, like some vibe happened because, of course, the question obviously is like it's a robot and a human being, like,
Yeah.
But you know, it's interesting how that's kind of played out and people are feeling it. And it's there in the film and there is a certain progression to it. I think we started our first scene as our first
As
girl
our
shoot,
first
you
scene,
remember?
yeah.
So from the time we started it, and I do feel that she played a big role in that, but she was always looking at creating some kind of chemistry between these two characters, and she would usually look for either a line or a word or a look, because she couldn't do it with a vibe, right? Because she can't. So she would look at doing it in a way which makes it land but doesn't feel wrong for her.
Yeah.
And it took off from there, and from there we just kind of, you know?
And I also feel like both of us are such logical people at times. Our brain always is looking for some sort of logic while we go with the feeling.
Yeah.
And somewhere a film like this, like, I think it's nice that we were doing this film because we were in every scene, we were like, but this is looking
Because
this.
it's tricky.
Because
This
it's
is a
tricky. We
film.
don't want people to be like, अरे but ये कैसे हो रहा है?
Yeah.
वो सब कुछ आंसर होना जरूरी है फिल्म में, but
Yeah.
not as information, but like in
It
an
should feel
organic
right.
scene.
So
Yeah,
if you've
yeah.
discussed
Yeah.
it before the shot, when you do the shot, it feels right. If you haven't discussed the do's and don'ts before the shot completely, then you can go into a space which can, you know, over a period of time, it can just start feeling wrong.
Yeah.
And I think that was the biggest challenge of this film, that it needs to be interesting and exciting. It's man, woman, male, female, so to say.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it should not be too much because she has certain restrictions. But at the same time, you want to watch it.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a very tricky one to do.
Also, the thing is that his character is not like a dumb character. It's an intelligent
Yeah.
character. He's a very intelligent character in the, I mean, like him
Film.
in real life also. But the thing is that you have to, even for my character, I had to be robotic enough to not be fully human. But I had to be human enough for him to fall in love
Yeah.
with me. So that was a very tricky space. So we had to kind of come together where, you know, even I would be like, you know, is this looking too robotic? Should I like mellow it down? Is
Yeah.
this looking too human? Now I can't do this, you know. So it was tricky, but it was fun.
The art of balancing,
Yeah,
basically. Yeah. And lastly, which is one genre you want to see Kriti do, and which is one genre which you want to see Shahid in?
Well, I definitely want to see Kriti do more romance, definitely, and like have more fun. You know, because what happens is as we mature more as actors and we spend more time acting, we start, and I've done that myself, we start pushing the acting boundaries. But what happens is that then you still need to keep it fun and light sometimes, you know, so you go that route. I've also done that. And I feel she's there as an actor and she will do that with Mimi and with the last few years of work that she has done.
Yeah.
She's been going that way. So I want to see her do fun because I know she's going to do that.
You know, it's so strange because I was going to say love story because I've already said that, I
Yeah.
agree. But I really feel he has great comic timing. And I feel like he doesn't do enough comedy.
Yeah.
That's true.
Because you've done so much of
I
intensity.
myself was not sure when I said yes to this film. I myself was unsure. Ki how will I be in this
But
space?
he
When it's
loves
been so long since I've
But
done
you
it.
also do like comedy. Like,
I love it.
yeah.
And what I realized is when we started shooting this film, ke she can only feed off me.
Yeah.
That's the relationship. You know, so I have to create all the, you know, so I have to quirk it up. Otherwise, both of us will get flat, right?
Yeah.
Because if I do 100, she can do 60, 70 back,
Yeah.
right? That's the nature of this equation.
Yeah.
So I had to be 100.
Yeah.
So I had to be a little on the higher side for what I do. I'm sure according to many other people, it's still not that high.
Yeah.
But for me, this is like, I felt like it was
High
as,
pitch, yeah.
within that space of naturalness, you know, like
Yeah.
quirk, but believable. If this story is not believable, then, you know, the tone of performance, if it's not believable, then the story is not believable. Because anyways, this story requires a leap of faith.
Yeah.
You know?
True.
So,
Yeah, but I think comedy is one thing which
Like when I
even-
say comedy, I'm not saying like slapstick comedy. I'm just saying situational,
yeah,
but out there comedy,
Yeah.
which I feel like
chup chup ke he did one which was
ये
That was
film
more
का
slapstick.
नाम बहुत ज़्यादा
Yeah.
आ रहा है आजकल. Even his kids were watching Chup
हाँ.
Chup Kids. Yeah.
yeah. They
Yeah.
were behind my back. I was like, Roko.
But it's
But
a
like
fun
there's
film.
this one scene in the film when he gets to know that I'm a robot.
Yeah.
And what happens after and how he reacts, I think that scene is hilarious. And the way he's done it, it's so convincing. You know, he's not trying to be funny,
Yeah.
but how he's doing it is funny.
Yeah, that expression basically the playing with the scenario.
No, there's a
basically.
lot more after that expression.
Okay. Looking
Which you
forward
will
to
see
that.
on 9th of February.
And what next for you after this?
So I'm shooting, this look is for a film called Deva,
Yeah.
which is like an action thriller, mass space, but intelligent, sensible kind of thing. But at the same time, like fun, very intense, complete contrast to what this is.
I mean, I have two films which are like, one is fully complete, one is almost complete. The Crew and
Yeah.
Do Patti. So those are the two. One is coming in theaters, one is coming digitally.
Yeah.
So which one is in theaters? Crew is in theaters.
The Crew is
right?
in theaters. Do Patti is on Netflix.
Yeah.
So for now, these are the two. There's nothing more that I'm planning right now. Okay, I'm gonna start shooting and all, which is a
Yeah.
good feeling to have. To kind of take it easy. To see what I'm gonna do next,
Yeah.
when I'm gonna do that. So yeah.
Perfect. On that note, thank you so much. It was lovely speaking to you and wish
Thank
you all the
you.
best for the film.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.